What's going on, everybody? It's Big T with GreenWallSt.com, back with another trading video. It is currently Wednesday mid-morning. Just got done trading for the morning, and the markets are heating back up, man. Finally, we got a day where S&P is bouncing back, and because of that, we've got a bit more upward momentum. And even as a short seller, I really want stocks to have an upward momentum. That way, when they come back down, that's where my trade opportunity is. So even though I am primarily short selling stocks, I still want them to go up a lot first. I like market momentum. So anyway, here's a trade recap from actually yesterday. We'll dive into the screens. Looking at the chart on the right, this was the biggest mover in the market yesterday. This was ATXI. It was up 170%. And this really ties in with the video I made the other day, talking about not necessarily a pattern, but the failure of a pattern to work is the trade that I am looking for. So I'm trying to find a point in the video where, so I'm kind of zoomed out here. Again, chart on the right, you can ignore the trades on the left because those are technically some front side trades. I was up a couple $100 on that, but that's not a trade that I can really size into. But once the stock had topped clearly from, it went from 11 all the way down to 850. At that point, I'm assuming that 11 is the top, right? On the way up, I don't know where the top is, right? So I kind of have to wait for that and let it show me. And then instead of trying to, catch the first move down, I'm waiting for the first move down and then betting on it to continue. But the stock, I'm assuming has it topped at 11. But if you look at the chart, it looks like it's just consolidating over VWAP, right? And technically it is, which is really a bullish pattern in the market, right? You have a stock that's up, biggest gapper of the day, biggest mover. It's over the volume weighted average price. It is consolidating higher. Typically stocks will consolidate, move higher, consolidate, move higher until that changes, until it fails. And it's that fail that I'm paying attention to. So even though I didn't know which way this stock was going to go out of this consolidation, I'm not necessarily trying to guess. I'm just trading the reaction. Now, because this is a small cap, and this is why in the video I talked about, does technical analysis work? It does, but it also pairs really well with fundamental analysis. I love knowing that the stocks that I'm shorting are trash stocks. Right? They're bad companies, right? They're trading in the $2 to $10 range. They're in need of money. You look back in the chart history. I mean, you can look at these charts and you can tell pretty quickly if a stock is trash or not. Does it, randomly gap up and have 100 million shares of volume and then come all the way back down multiple times over the past couple of years? Stock's probably trash, right? Is it a $2 stock? Stock's probably trash. So it doesn't take a ton of fundamental research to figure out which stocks are no good long term and which ones are actually fundamentally strong. Like today, Biogen, BIIB was gapping up, but of course I don't want to short BIIB. That's one of the biggest, baddest, strongest, biotech pharmaceutical companies there is. So anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent, but ATXI, I'm watching this consolidation because it's bullish, right? If the stock had broken out, it's easy for me to look, in hindsight, but we walk through this stuff in the Discord every day. I'm waiting to see the failure before I take the trade. I might have a bias going into it and I might anticipate that failure some, but I'm waiting to see that exchange, waiting to see the failure of the move in order to really size in to the trade. So even though this is quote unquote a bullish looking setup, if you're just looking at it through the lens of basic technical analysis, ascending triangle or consolidating higher over VWAP, it's the breakout attempt that doesn't work where I am looking to take the trade. So unfortunately, okay, and there it was, I was trying to find the point in the video. Unfortunately, we didn't really get the breakout attempt. Right. It sort of tried. I wanted it to push 10, 1050, see all the volume come in. and really exhaust people out of the trade. And that's typically where it triggers, and you'll see the bigger failure. This one just started failing, right? And you can see the volume coming in. You can see how the tape speeds up. I mean, I was sitting here watching this for hours, right? And it's trading in this small little 10 cent, 20 cent range over and over again. And then all of a sudden you see it triggering and it falls 50 cents in 2 seconds. That is the trigger. And that's the point where I want to be in the trade, when it starts to fail. And the stock goes limit down. I tried to size into the trade at this point, and I just didn't get filled. At least I didn't get full filled. So I did get some at 880. And then the stock halts down, which is great. If you're short a stock and it halts down, I mean, you're in a you're in a good spot. So I'm at this point trying to figure out, do I want to cover and just kind of take the base hit trade, or do I want to press the gas a little bit, add to a winner, and try to make a little bit more out of it? Because this stock had been like consolidating the whole day, and this was kind of the culmination of the move, I decided to be a little bit more aggressive. By aggressive, I mean patient on exiting, and actually adding into a winner. So it unhalts. Stock is still trading down. I'm watching it. It could reverse at this point, right, and come back on me, and I stop out for break even or a really small loss. But that's the risk of trading. So I wait for the bounce back towards VWAP. We flush out to like 785. It's a decent trade at that point. If I had gotten my full size on initially, I probably would have just covered some, but because I didn't, decided to be a little bit more aggressive. I add to my position here at 810, and then I just stay patient at that point. Letting the stock kind of catch its breath. It just fell from 970 to 770, so it's going to take a little bit of a bounce. Things don't just go straight down. So stock bounces a little bit, and then finally when we take that second leg down all the way to looks like it tries to bounce again, and once that bounce fails, stock ends up tanking down to 750. Now I start scaling out, so I cover a fifth of the position. It looks like it's halting down again. I'm actually like spamming the buy button trying to cover my position, and it just wouldn't fill. Finally it ends up filling, and I am trying to just kind of slowly scale out, and that was the trade. So it's not like, just like the video said from the other day, it's not the pattern itself. It's not the bullish consolidation, buying it for the breakout. There are ways to trade those types of setups. They're typically higher risk reward, lower win rate. But trading the reaction of the trade is more, and the failure of a trade is, a bit worse risk reward, bit lower risk reward, but a higher percentage chance and a higher percentage trade of it working. So anyway, that was the trade on ATXI. That was about a $900,000 trade. So doesn't seem like a whole lot, but you get one of those a day, $1,000 a day. I mean, it's not a bad. It's not a bad way to live. You know what I mean? I have trouble spending $1,000 a day. Well, you got to pay taxes, so technically it's like $700. But anyway, I digress. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Markets are starting to heat back up a little bit. We've had runners every day this week, so it's been pretty good. All green week is almost in the books. Got 2 days left, so I'm gonna try to stay focused, stay patient, let the trades come to us, and keep running it up. So thank you all for tuning in. GreenWallSt.com. Come join up inside the Discord and trade with us live every day. And if you don't want to do that and you just want to watch the videos, that's fine too. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon, and I will catch y'all right back here next time. Peace out, everybody.